Yo, what up? Welcome to Mo Boxing No Problem. I'm Jose Ramirez Jr. and I'm joined by my co-host Seek. And today we have a special guest. We have a pro boxer from Los Angeles, California, Gloria Munguilla. How's it going, Gloria?
Hello. It's going well. The
Wow.
day's good. It went good.
Glad to hear it. Thank you so much for making the time.
It's no problem.
The first question we got for you, I'm sure it's the question you get asked all the time, and that is, how did you get into boxing?
Can you repeat that? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, so the first question we got for you, it's probably the most basic question. I'm sure you get asked this all the time, and it's, how did you get into boxing?
Oh, how did I get into boxing? I actually got into boxing because of my older brother, Adan Munguilla. So I grew up in the projects right there in Boyle Heights. So my dad, well, my mom as well, both of my parents wanted to keep us out of trouble. So they signed up my brother. And then growing up, I was always a little tomboy. I was very close with my brother, Adan. So then he joined boxing, and then I joined boxing, and that's how I got into it.
And the rest is history, as they say.
Pretty much.
Next question, Gloria. Any nickname that you go by?
No, I don't have a specific nickname. I have, well, they call me at the house Scar, like Scar from the Lion King.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Scar. But
That's unique.
there's a whole story behind that. So basically, we have a dog that he's a senior dog now. I've been having him since I was 15, so I'm 31 right now. So he's been with us for a while,
Oh,
and
okay.
he looked like a little lion growing up. His name is Baby. So
Dang.
my brother used to be the owner, and then I took over. So he was Mufasa, and then I took over. But since in the Lion King they don't have like an aunt, it was just Scar. And a lot of people say I have a serious face, and I dye my hair black. So my mom's like, "Oh, well, Scar." That's why I got Scar.
Okay.
And my niece calls me Auntie Scar, but like a set nickname, no, it's just like at home.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that may be the one that sticks in your boxing career. We never know, right?
We never know.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it had to do something to do with previous sparring experience. You gave someone a scar, and that's kind of how the scar came.
No, just like a little story because of my dog, pretty much.
I mean, you'll get a nickname soon. No, I mean,
Yes,
either yourself or by someone.
yeah, I've gotten a couple. I know La Maestra because I'm tutoring. I was a preschool teacher, and then I'm in boxing. So
Okay.
that what else? Gigi because my name is Gloria Guadalupe, so double G.
Okay. Double G.
Yeah, so just like little names, but nothing like specific yet.
Gotcha.
And then, Gloria, can you tell us about your amateur career? What were some of your major accomplishments as an amateur?
My amateur career was very consistent. As I mentioned, I began boxing when I was 8. I stopped when I was 15, completely disappeared, lived life, got my education and work experience everywhere. But in the amateur, there was not a lot of competitions. Growing up, I had 15 fights. I won all of them, and I won a couple of tournaments. But I was I was very young. The silver gloves, the golden gloves, the Desert Showdown. So there was a little tournaments like that, but it wasn't as competitive as it is now. So I had only 15 fights, and well now you turn one side, there's a lot of competition. You turn the other side, more competition. It wasn't like that growing up. So
Gotcha.
kind of just in a way, kind of like got a little bored of it, and and a little disappointed as well because I was putting all this work and sometimes I wasn't even fighting. I was just weighing myself and winning the tournament, so it was a little disappointing. But I mean, I'm so happy that it has changed. There's so much competition for the up and coming generation, so it's totally different.
Gotcha. Okay. And Gloria, you made your pro debut in November 2022.
Yes.
How was that experience? Any nerves?
I was absolutely nervous. I have not, sparring is totally different from fighting. I was very nervous, and it was wild because I knew nothing of my opponent, Miss Joanna, and she knew nothing of me. Like we did our search. You know how usually boxers try to see what we could work with. We found nothing. It was a pro debut. I'm sure it was the same for them. We show up to the weigh-ins and we see that she's towering over me. So we didn't know her height. So she was towering over me, and then we kind of like paid attention to details. So we noticed she was southpaw. And my whole camp, I pretty much just sparred with orthodox right-handed people. So it was a heck of an experience, but I was very happy. Then getting in the ring, hearing the crowd cheer, it was wild. But had to put it together, and we got the W. So I'm happy.
That's good. That's really good.
Yes.
Yeah. you got experience early to make adjustments.
Right.
Yes, yes, luckily, but yeah, I think she was like 5'5" or something, 5'4",
Okay.
5 feet, so she was extremely tall.
Okay.
She's a tough opponent too, so give credit where it's due.
Honestly, that's good.
Yeah, and Gloria, we see you're 4-0, and and all your pro fights have been under Tom Loeffler's 360 boxing promotions. Are
Yes.
you officially signed with them?
No, I'm not. I'm actually just given the opportunity to fight under their card. So no, I'm not.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
Hopefully in the
So
future, we never know, but no, not right now.
there you go. So if there's not 360, other promoters out there, Gloria's a free agent.
Thank you, thank you.
Next question would be you last fought in June 9th, and you've been staying very active.
Yes.
When will we see you back in the ring?
To be quite honest, I'm not too sure, but I'm thinking possibly in the next two months and a half, maybe by August. But
Okay.
everything's still up in the air. As soon as I find out, I get like confirmation and opponent and everything, I'll post up. But we're aiming towards around August. Just to
Okay,
get
that's
body arrest and all that. Get back into the group. Because right now I'm in a short break. So I'm taking advantage, just relaxing, and before we start that dieta again,
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
You need that your body needs that rest, a little bit of rest, then you could get back on it little by little.
Yes.
I got you. I understood.
And then Gloria, I saw also on your Instagram that you and Omar Trinidad actually visited the WBC office.
Oh yes.
Saw the picture you guys took with Nancy Rodriguez.
Yeah,
Shout out to
great.
Nancy.
Yes.
How was that experience being in the WBC office?
It was amazing. Like to be quite honest, I never thought I'll visit that office, but I got the opportunity, like you mentioned, with Omar Trinidad. It was so amazing just looking at all the different belts they have right there, and just hearing about like certain boxers and the history behind it. So it was amazing. I loved it. Shout out to Nancy. It was great. I was nervous as always when it comes to interviews, but it went great overall.
Yeah, and nothing like that green belt. I mean, so many fighters they have
Yes.
that fondness for it. It's the one they want to have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal to hopefully eventually get that belt. But we
Okay.
still don't know what weight division because where we're gonna stay, because we started at 115 our first two fights, then these last two have been 112. We're planning on going down, but we don't know exactly where we're gonna land, so we're still working around that.
Gotcha.
I'm still a little chubby, and so I could get more fit.
Okay. How do you prepare for fights? Do you watch your tapes on your opponents, or do you make improvements on yourself, or how do you go based on that?
So we do watch, if there's tapes of our opponent, we watch them. We see what we could work with, what I need adjusting with. I mean, what I need to adjust in order that so I don't get pretty much hit as bad, because at the end of the day, boxing is boxing. We're gonna get hit, but try to get hit less. So we watch tapes. We do a lot of running, a lot of training, tough hard sparring with good sparring partners, and pretty much just listen to the coach. Our coach, shout out to Don Chuy Jesus Lopez. He's amazing. He's a great coach and a very wise with his game plans.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And then Gloria, you being in Los Angeles, I'm sure it's a hotbed for good sparring. But have you had to travel far to get good sparring, or is it all pretty close to you?
Luckily for me, there's a lot of gyms. Our gym is Fundamentals 19. It's right there, like Southgate, Downey-ish area. So there's a lot of local gyms right there. My coach knows a lot of coaches, so we pretty much he calls them, hey, are your girls training? Can you help my girl? She'll help them, and luckily for us, hasn't been as hard. In the beginning, it was a little hard because I was barely starting. Some of these girls have like I don't know, 3 fights in. I have none. Hadn't sparred in a while. So I was sparring when Myra Reese from El Monte, Cherry Ortiz. That was my first sparring partner, and my teammate Chema from Fundamentals 19. And from right there, we kind of started branching out, and we got an opportunity to spar with several different professional girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stay in LA myself too. I live in the Linwood, Southgate area, so yeah, I'm aware of like most of the gyms around us. So yeah,
Yes.
there's a lot of opportunity like to spar. So yeah, I'm aware of that too. Next question would be who is the hardest puncher you faced?
Like fight.
Um,
That can be both, either in sparring or on fight night. So just the hardest puncher you've been in the ring with.
I don't know. To be quite honest, I can't give you a specific name because I feel like all my sparring partners have been great, and so have my opponents. So I can't like really pinpoint someone, but they've all been tough. Yeah, I can't think of a name.
everyone has different levels of
Different styles,
pattern.
different
Yeah, I
levels,
get
but
you.
they have a warrior heart. So that plays a lot in the ring, whether it's sparring or like fight wise.
Yeah, I'm sure there's also a lot of adrenaline. So sometimes you don't feel the punch, you're just like in the zone.
And then sometimes like sparring wise, or even fight wise, I would say more sparring wise because we're only doing 4 rounds when it fights. But sparring wise, sometimes the girls that I spar with have more condition or less condition, so it kind of like
It varies.
yeah, it varies.
Got you.
And then another question we got for you: who was your favorite boxer growing up?
My favorite boxer growing up was Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Golden
pretty
boy.
there was you know female woman champs boxers, but to be quite honest, you wouldn't hear as much of them as you do now. So growing up, I don't remember hearing a specific name, but that was years ago, so it's totally different now. But growing up, it was Oscar De La Hoya. I really like his style. I actually trained at the Oscar De La Hoya gym. I met him a couple of times as a kid. He was great.
It's awesome.
Okay, cool. Any thoughts on flyweight division with fighters for like Marlon Esparza or Areli Musino or Kenya Enriquez, to name a few?
Is that 112?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
112.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. She's like
you're
kind
good,
of.
no worries. You're good.
What's your question regarding that? Like,
Any thoughts on them, like as regarding their way of when you went against them sparring or in the ring, like because I'm pretty sure many fighters have different type of abilities. Like, what was your thoughts going through different type of fighters, like their your mentality with theirs in the ring? Like, I know it's so different from you being actually in the ring with them
mhm.
and away from there. Like, any thoughts on that?
I mean, like you mentioned, all they have different styles. I have not sparred with neither of them. Maybe who knows in the future,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not
Yeah.
right now. They're all great. I believe Marlene Esparza is the champ. I believe for 112. I think her
Hmm.
style is amazing. She's she's technical. And it looks like she hits hard. I'm thinking she does.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think I seen Araceli Musido fight too. She seems like a power puncher as well. Very goes forward. So, and which one's the other one? Sorry.
Repeat that again. I'm sorry.
So it was Marlene Araceli and who else did you mention?
And Kenya Enriquez.
I think I seen her fight too. But all of them different styles, but all of them are great. Sparring wise, I don't know. Like I will have to, if we ever were to spar, I have to be in the ring to see what I could do.
Yeah,
To be quite honest, yes.
yeah, it's
But
a whole different thing from saying it than doing it, right?
yes, because I would say because like in the ring, you kind of like start seeing oh, she has great head movement. Oh, she's a little bit slower. Oh, she's faster and stuff like that. So it's
Gotcha.
just I would say maybe in the ring, yes. But I know they're all great.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I'll skip the next question. We're going to ask you if 112 was going to be the weight class that you attempt to win your first world title at. As you mentioned, you kind of still in flux on the weight class. So the next question I'll ask you instead is, you being from Los Angeles, what does it mean? Your LA roots mean to you and being able to represent LA every time you fight?
I get so happy to be able to represent LA because I grew up in Boyle Heights. It's very majority of the people that live there are Hispanics, Mexicans,
Right.
Central Americans. So I'm very honored to be representing LA. Even like growing up, oh, you're from Los Angeles, California. That always like hypes you up even more. Like, yeah, I'm from right there. So I love it. I love it.
That's good, man. That's good.
That's great.
The next question would be, what do you like to do outside of boxing? Interest or any hobbies you like to do?
I've been asked that question so many times, and I always give the same answer. I love napping. Like when I'm not training, I take a nap. Like I love napping before I go to work or have to run errands or something.
Yeah.
I love napping. I love reading. I
Okay.
actually major in English education, so I like to like read a good book here and there. My favorite author is James Baldwin, amazing writer.
I was just about to ask you, what's your favorite book at the moment?
My favorite book at the moment would be If Beale Street Could Talk. They made it into a movie. I think like 2 years ago. I just fell in love with the book. I
Oh,
got it
okay.
in one of my English classes. If Beale Street Could Talk, check it out, guys. It's a good
I
book.
will. I will. I was just gonna ask you that. We'll check it out on our time. Sounds
Yes,
like interesting. Will you make it seem interesting?
Does.
We'll check it out. Thank you.
yes, it's nice. It's nice. It's a little bit romantic, but it's nice. It's like the hardship of that many African Americans face. Back in the days and even in the times now. So I love that book. I think it's a
Oh,
beautiful,
okay.
and I do a lot of word search. I
Words.
just like
I love that too. That's one of my hobbies too. That's good.
Yes, I do a lot of word search and Netflix. So it's pretty much just chill and hiking. When I get the opportunity to go out into nature, I do that too. So
Yeah.
it's a
So
little
we
stuff like that.
got you. Regarding the word search, are you this type of people that you love to do it, or you just I can't find this word and I'm gonna just get to the other one and just to the other one, or you like
So
focus on it?
I'm that person that how it's in alphabetical order. I
Yeah.
have to find that word, or I can't
Yeah.
move. Like I gotta
Okay.
find, and if I don't find it with the first letter, I'll look for the last letter, and that's my.
Same here. Yep. Same here. That's good.
I'm that
It's
person.
a good strategy. It's a very good strategy.
Yes. And then my friends tell me, "Oh, why do you like doing that? It's so boring. You're like a old lady." Fun. Like it's like, oh, I did this page. I can cross it out now. Yeah, so I like it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then, what would be the best piece of advice you would give someone who is thinking about going pro and making a career out of boxing?
I would say that if you're gonna go pro, go in, go give it your all. Never give up. I know everybody says that, but it's a tough sport. Just to I respect anyone that steps into the ring, whether it's in the professional setting or in the amateur setting, because it's tough. Like you're expected to perform perfect, but on top of that, you have like the crowd cheering. You have all the eyes are on you. So just give it your all. Go in with the mentality that you could do it. Don't doubt yourself, and if you do, kind of like no, I'm gonna be the next big thing mentality. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like just make sure you give it your all, so
Yeah.
you
I
don't
mean.
think
Yeah.
what if now. It's just like I
Yeah.
gave
I
it my
mean.
all. It happened, cool. If it didn't, I gave it my all.
That was the day I seen your fight. It was you're a good counter attacker. I seen that. I was kind of like whoa, like she'll come at you and you'll come right back to him. I think that's you're a good counter power and move. I know it's a whole different thing. Like watching this is what I'm gonna do, but it's a whole like I said on my previous questions. It's a whole different thing. Being there than actually in the fight, and then you want to change it up. You might think, oh, whatever my corner's telling me it's not working, and let me just change let me do my way. But
Yes,
I know it's kind of hard to sticking from what your corner says than what you want to do in the ring, and then you might think to my opponent figured me out. I got to change the way of style. What am I doing? And I know so many different type of emotions go there. But yeah, I know it's tough for you guys in there. But you're a really good counter attacker. You have a
thank
power.
you,
And yeah, you're welcome.
thank
No
you,
worries.
thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I've been asked the question like, what's my style like? I don't know. I don't think I fully developed my style yet because I'm learning. I'm getting experience, but in the professional setting because, like I mentioned, my amateur experience is me as a kid, like a teen or something. But I
Right.
stopped for 15 years, so now I'm back. So I'm still developing my skills, but I like to think that I have a little bit of everything. Like you mentioned, counter. I could be aggressive when I need to be. Moving around. My head movement, it's there.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Skeleton
mean, you're getting there.
movement, but
It's cool.
yeah, just little things like that. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's good. And the last question would be message to your fans and supporters.
Oh, that big shout out to all of you guys. I really appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. Not just the ones that go to the fight, but anyone that shows
Yeah,
support. I really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for supporting this journey. I'm very
of
grateful
course,
for that.
of
And hope to
course.
see you guys next time, whether it's at the fights, you guys watching me on TV, or just shooting me a message. I always appreciate that. I might take a while to reply, but
Yeah, we
I'll get back.
appreciate you as well. We appreciate you as well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact you reply back, Gloria, is huge. And once again, we want to just thank you for your time. It was awesome to get to know you better and get to kind of hear about your story in boxing.
Thank you.
Everybody, go follow her on Instagram. It's at Gloria.Munguilla. Give that a follow. That way you don't miss any updates in her pro career.
Thank you so much.
You're
All right, no
welcome.
problem, Gloria. Take care. Have a good
Bye.
evening.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.